voices, Scott. Yes, this is going to be amazing. We got a lot of authors involved in this, getting this thing off the ground, and it just launched, I think, back on April 19th.
I mean, am I looking at this right? Author, TV producer of Magnum PI and JAG, NCIS, and then an author, actress in The Soul Man, Becker, and Jackie Brown.
And Jackie
Brown.
Is that
possible?
That's possible.
Both in one screen?
Both on one screen. And there they are. Good to see you guys. Charles, Hattie, how are you?
Good morning.
All right, good to see you. All right, let's get right into this. A little bit about you guys and the Longwood Writers Workshop, because this is a collaboration of authors putting this book together.
Yes. Okay.
There are 6 of us. We've all had different careers, as you mentioned with Hattie and myself, but we've got a doctor, an actress, a writer, and a business person, and another writer. And we all came together to put this book together. It sort of was a long process that began in, believe it or not, 2018.
Wow. Oh, so you've been at it a while. When it comes to bringing all those different people together with all those backgrounds, different stories, is that challenging to do? I'm sure that's what's going to make it so great, but it's also got to be a little bit challenging.
Yeah, it could be. But what we realized is that we were all there for the same purpose. And the first part of it was to really hone our writing skills. And then the second part, our leader, our fierce leader, I call her, Denise Nicholas, she's the one who invited us. She started the workshop. And we were determined that we were going to write a book. And this is the result of all of that. But we had different opinions, different voices, but we also knew that we were all there for the same purpose, and we respected each other, and we absolutely supported each other.
That's wise. That's wise right there. Gary and I it's just the two of us on this show. We argue constantly. Like we can't make a move.
We try to collaborate, nothing happens.
I tell him to start talking, he tells me to stop talking. Yeah, it's like unbelievable.
It's craziness. All right, tell us a little bit more about some of the stories, that are in this book, a little bit more about the book.
Well, the first story is a story that I wrote, and it's called Battlefield. And I grew up in the South. I grew up in Mississippi. And this story is really about the lessons that my father taught me in whatever situation we were in. And it was all about going to downtown Memphis, Tennessee, because he was living there at the time, and taking me shopping. Part of our ritual was that he took me Christmas shopping, first day of school shopping, and birthday shopping. But it wasn't just about buying clothes. First of all, I was never allowed to try on the clothes, so he would have to hold them up to me and imagine that they did fit. There would be places, there was seating in the department store. We were not allowed to do that. We went in the elevator. We had to make sure that all the whites got on first, and then we could go in the back if there was more room.
Unbelievable.
So that's what this story is about. There's another story when I was growing up, and my mother took me to this church, and I had never been to such a church. I went to Catholic school, and even though I wasn't Catholic, it was required that I attend Mass every Sunday. And so she took me to this church, and there was this band at this church, and it sounded like Little Richard music to me. And they were dancing in the church, and I'm like, what is going on? And then what I realized was that we were in the state of Mississippi, and on Sundays, all of the Black people that were less fortunate, this was where they found their joy.
Love it.
And I was being very critical, and what kind of people, why are they dancing, and da-da-da. And they taught me something, that you have to find your joy where you can.
All right. Well, Hattie, that's an amazing story. Thanks for blessing us with those. We look forward to reading a little bit more. And
yes, for sure. I can't wait for this book to come out.
Amazing. Congratulations on the collaboration. Charles, Hattie, and many others who are part of this gathering of voices. Make sure to check it out. Barnes & Noble, available on Amazon, BookBaby, everything you need. There's the Facebook as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we could have talked to them for a whole other hour. Wow, so much information to get out of them. Get that book.